Now that we have examined this historical context, let's examine the ways in which racial inequities manifest themselves today in our county. Similarly to some of the wider national trends that we discussed in the first half of the session, we see a fairly significant difference in the median family income by race here in Montgomery County. The median family income from 2016 to 2021 for white families is almost twice that of Black families. These differences have a big impact on what families are able to do and which resources they can access in all areas of their lives. The impacts of slavery, Jim Crow, and current-day systemic oppressions have created a deep racial wealth divide, making it less likely for Black and Latino people to be homeowners than white and Asian families. If families can't buy homes, then they are renting homes in a very expensive county. It is not considered financially viable to spend more than 30% of one's income on rent. It puts families at risk of not being able to pay their everyday expenses, let alone save or have any cushioning for an emergency. People of color are more likely to be spending more than 30% of their income on rent in Montgomery County. It follows then that the majority of people who are living in poverty in our county are also people of color, as recent data indicate. Data also shows that people of color are less likely to complete their high school education and more likely to live without health insurance here in Montgomery County, following the national trends that we saw earlier. If you want more information about these data points, please refer to the resource guide we have prepared to supplement this training. Recent data continue to reflect these racial equity gaps in Montgomery County. Data from Montgomery County Police Department, reported by the County Office of Legislative Oversight, showed disproportionate interactions of various nature, from arrests to traffic stops to searches, between Montgomery County Police and residents of color. You can see these disparities in the graphs here, where Black and Latino people are more likely to be searched and to be arrested compared to their white and Asian counterparts. Last year, Council Member Will Jawando introduced a bill for community-informed police training that requires new police officers to take 30 hours of training on social justice and racial equity, and on community engagement, the history of police interactions, and people of color, among other social justice trainings. We have shared with you a number of data points and information about inequities in our county. What makes racism structural here is the way in which the institutions that are impacted by this phenomenon are very interconnected, and these systems mutually reinforce each other. Racism is not an isolated situation, but rather it seeps into various aspects of our lives and has very real consequences for individuals who experience life differently because of where they are from or because of their color of their skin. As you can see here, these social institutions are very much related to the work of Montgomery County government employees.